Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a Makeup Revolution kind of review, doing a full face of Makeup Revolution products and seeing what I think of them. I managed to get my hands on the foundation and concealer that everyone's talking about, and then I've tried out some new products, some products I already have. Makeup Revolution are known for doing dupes of certain products, and I think we'll see how these products wear. So if you're interested in how I got this look and interested in what Makeup Revolution products you might like to buy, then keep watching. One of the best parts of getting new makeup to me is literally ripping the plastic off. So I gathered together all my Makeup Revolution makeup and thought, let's make a video. So I have everything on my desk. I believe I have everything for a full face except mascara. I'm pretty sure they don't do a mascara yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, there's no mascara. So I think we have everything. Okay, so one product is a little bit of a cheat. I ordered all of this off Tam Beauty, or I already had a couple of items, but yeah, most of it I ordered off Tam Beauty. So first things first, the one product that everyone has been raving about, this foundation. It's the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick. I got the shade F1 because I had a look online and this had neutral undertones, whereas like F2 had yellow and I think F3 had pink, that kind of thing. So I thought neutral worked best with my skin. As with the CYO Long Lasting Life Proof Foundation, I had the neutral undertone and that's been my best shade match so far. I'll just pop this on my face and see how it applies. I'm going to apply it like I normally do with a foundation test. One half with a brush and the other half with a sponge to see how the coverage is. Ooh. So it's a nice twisty stick foundation. The packaging is really nice and sturdy. It's just plastic tubing and then it's got the nice rose gold bit there, which a lot of people are going to like. So let's just apply this to the face. Ooh, creamy. Now I don't know how much I'm going to need of this. We'll start with that much and see how we go. So as usual, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush on one side of my face and my Real Techniques sponge on the other. My brushes and sponges are in desperate need of cleaning. Ooh. I like that. It's really nice. Feels so creamy and it's so easy to blend out. It doesn't feel very hard like I expect most stick foundations to feel. That is completely full coverage. Completely full coverage. You may be able to see a little bit coming through on camera, but when I look in the mirror I can't see a thing coming through. I'm really pleased with this foundation. It feels so soft and creamy, which to me means it's going to be moisturising, which is what I'm after. But it's so full coverage. I'm in love. I'm already in love. So this foundation does come in 18 shades, which I think is very good because it looks like they go quite dark. So I suppose if you had medium toned skin and you couldn't find the correct shade, you could just mix a couple of shades. And it's also good because it lists your undertones, which I really like. For me, it's very important to kind of get your undertone correct because I do not want to come out yellow. So as you can see on my neck, as it's been blended down, it doesn't look too different. So I definitely think I could wear this without having to mix in a foundation lightener, which I am really pleased about. Well done Makeup Revolution for going this pale. So I have the very controversial Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I've heard all over YouTube that this is supposed to be a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. But yeah, this also comes in 18 shades. And on the looks of the Tam Beauty website, they kind of match up with the undertones of the foundation. So to be honest, I do expect this to be the same colour. I don't expect it to necessarily be brighter and brighten my under eyes up, which I do look for in a concealer. But I'm really hoping that this is full coverage. This has a giant wand. Ginormous. Christ on the bike, a few swipes and you're done. So let's apply it to my under eyes and see. So it does feel really creamy, which I do really like. So we will see how it sets. I feel like people either love it or hate it. I'm really hoping to love it. So in this concealer is 3.4 mils of product, which my collection concealer has 6.5 mils, which is almost double. And if you look at the size of these bad boys, this one is a bit longer, but this is mega thick. So there has to be a lot of packaging here. So this is full coverage, definitely, to me. You can't see my bags anymore, which I'm in love with. No one wants to see these. And it blends beautifully. I do feel my under eyes are slightly brighter, but not really that noticeably. I feel like I'm looking for it. And there is a slight bit of creasing under my eyes here. However, my collection concealer does that. My eyes fold that way. This is one of the most flawless bases I have ever had. So next thing we have is powder. I did pick up the Makeup Revolution pressed powder in translucent. It opens quite weirdly. Didn't anticipate that actually, as it turns out. Oh, and there's a weird spongy applicator. Yeah, not going to use that. Wait, no, I can't. I have liquid products. I have liquid products to test. So the cheap product I did pick up because I put it in my basket and I thought it was Makeup Revolution because I went to the Tam Beauty website, who does own Makeup Revolution, and I'm aware they own Makeup Obsession and something else. I ended up putting a Makeup Obsession cream contour in my basket. When I came to film this, I wasn't aware I didn't have a contour from Makeup Revolution, so we've got the closest thing and this is what we are going to use. So it's a contour cream in the shade 107 Light. So it does look quite ashy. I'm hoping that it's going to work. I'm not an expert with cream contours. We shall see how this goes. So I'm going to take my normal contour brush, which is the Real Techniques setting brush, and apply it to my face. This is too warm for me. I like how it blends out. I think it does blend out really beautifully. I think you don't have to apply much. However, this is too warm toned for me. But what we've got, and I'm going to apply it to the other side of my face. I feel like it's gotten quite wide somehow. I've managed to make my contour the size of my entire cheek. Ah well, but it's definitely too warm for me, far too warm for me. So next things next, I picked up the Makeup Revolution liquid highlight. It looks to me like it's supposed to be some kind of dupe for, you know, the Custom Effects cover drops. Now normally I'm not a massive fan of liquid highlights. I find like they take your foundation off. And with this base I'm almost reluctant to use it, and I do have other Makeup Revolution highlighters. They are very good. However, I thought I would try as much new stuff in this video as I could. So it's got a dropper. I'm not dropping onto my face, not a chance. It's going to go like running down my cheek and I'm not up for that. Not up for that mess. That cleanup is not today. So I'm going to put some on my sponge. And dab it into the high point of my face. I feel like with products like this I have less control and the line ends up thick. Now it does leave quite an obvious glow. I don't like it. I'll be straight, I don't like it. It is nice and glowy, it does give you that sheen you want, but I feel like all my texture is emphasised. I feel like I don't have much control with where the product is placed. It doesn't take my foundation off like many liquid highlighters do, or it hasn't so far. It's not something I would ever apply down my nose like I like to do with my highlighters, so I will pop a Makeup Revolution powder highlighter on top nearer the end. It feels messy, and that's something I don't want to deal with. So next we are going to use the powder that I mentioned, the translucent pressed powder. I'm going to take my normal studio brush and just set my concealer. I feel like it's emphasising my texture right along here, and I feel like now I have white all here and a completely different colour here. And I normally don't like to set my nose, but I feel like I've got to, because this is a completely different kind of colour from here, and I feel like I've got white eye sockets and I'm not up for that. Translucent, no. White, yes. Now let's set the cheek. Now I do have to kind of powder over that highlighter if I'm going to pop a dry highlighter on top, because otherwise it's just going to cling weird, and that's not what I'm after. I think it works better as a setting powder for the face than it does with the concealer, because to me it clings to the concealer. So next I am going to use something that you may have seen in a couple of videos. It's the Makeup Revolution Blush, Sugar and Spice palette. Now I'm going to take a shade that I haven't used before to try and make it a kind of first impression. So as you can see, the shades I mostly use are this highlight shade and this blush shade. I have used this shade and this shade before, so I think I'm going to take this shade very, very lightly and apply it to my cheeks. Oh, that is a bit dark. Let's blend that out a bit. So this has given me a bit of a nice flush, something I like. However, I don't know if you can see where the powder is under here and the liquid highlight. Blush is clinging oddly in this patch, which I'm obviously not after. It does look a little bit weird here. The blush isn't my colour. I think that's what we've established here. I'm a bit too heavy-handed, it doesn't suit me, it's a bit too dark. But there are other colours in this palette which you think you can use. I already know that I like the purpley toned highlight. I already know I like the two blushes here, and I don't mind that one. So I'm going to take, like from my last video, my Broken Strobe highlighter. Now at first when I bought this, I'm very aware that I didn't like it. I thought it was really chalky and powdery, but I think that may just be the top layer. I think maybe you have to get through the top layer, because now that it's busted and broken, I like it a lot more on the skin actually. I'm going to apply it with my normal Zoeva 134 Luxe Fusion powder brush. Now this definitely has a kind of white cast to it. I think you have to be really pale to suit this highlighter. So that's okay. Not something I'd write home about. It's okay. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you go pick this up. I think there are better highlighters from Makeup Revolution out there. So next we have an eyebrow pencil. So I have the Duo Brow Definer in dark brown. I think I was going to go for medium brown, but they were out of stock, so this is what we have. Oh, it's like a pen. On one end we have the brow pencil. Oh. So it turned out my camera had stopped recording, I hadn't realised. But look at this eyebrow, okay? I'm clearly inexperienced with eyebrow pencils, but it was quite thick, and if you want to draw hairs on, I don't think thick is what you're after. And I think the problem with it being unattached from the actual holder is if you try and like twist it and you're like having it like that, you're going to lose it. It's going to drop and it's going to hit your face, and that is not what I'm after. Consistency wise, I think it's fine, but I just think it's too dark, which is my own fault for picking up the wrong shade. I'm going to do my brows the way I normally do with my Makeup Revolution Iconic palette, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to remove this atrocity from my face, and we are going to continue with the video. So there we are, eyebrows done, I'm perfectly happy with them. So on to eyes. I picked up this and I'm so excited about it. I saw swatches on Instagram and had to have one. So this is one of their new Flawless foils. It's £5 and it comes with a little eye primer that is supposed to intensify the colour. So to me it kind of looks a little bit like the Aquaseal eye primer that I use. Ooh, it's cream. Can you see that? It's cream. Is that pigment not just so beautiful? I'm so excited. I am so excited to use that. I also have this Makeup Revolution Good as Gold palette, which was around Christmas, one of the free palettes you got when you spent a certain amount of money at Makeup Revolution. And some of the shades in here, do not get me wrong, are fine, but some of them are not. I'll be straight, some of them are not. So I'm going to take the primer that came with it, the Intensifying Primer. I'm not going to put this near my eyes, it's far too liquidy, it will run into my eyes. I'm going to pop a bit on my finger and just pop it onto the eyelid. There's enough in a couple of drops to coat both eyelids. I'm going to take this shade from the Good as Gold palette and set my lids. I normally like to set my lids with the brush from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. So I am going to take this shade as a transition, this one here, and pop it into the crease. I'm using my Boots double-ended brush. I'm then going to pop this shade into the crease as well, just to deepen it up. I'm also going to bring it down a bit further into here, as I'm going to do a little bit of a kind of halo eye, I think. So I think I'm going to take some of this purpley shade and kind of bring it into the inner corners and out to kind of create that halo. For the purple, I'm going to use my number 7 smudge brush. So I'm just blending these shadows just so that they blend into the crease really nicely and don't smudge where I don't want them. I am going to take this shade and kind of blend out around the purple. So to pop the pigment in the middle of my eyes, I'm going to use the number 7 eye colour brush and just take some from here. Perhaps I'm using too much. I don't know. It's looking, I think, less chunky on this eye. I think I was super keen, throw loads of this on, look glittery and beautiful. But I don't know. I don't know if I like it as a cream. I think I get what they're doing. I think it's obviously giving a really strong, wet, metallic kind of look. But on the eyes, it looks chunky. That is beautiful though. I am just going to give it a little blend out and kind of leave it there. Well, if I carry on working with it, I've got a feeling glitter's just going to get everywhere. Take a bit more purple and blend the edges into the glitter a little bit. The eye primer I don't feel was any different to the Aquaseal eye primer, but you get it free with the pigment. So if you're going to get the pigment, you'll have the eye primer, you might as well use it. There's no need to go out and buy another one. So I did pick up an eyeliner from Makeup Revolution. It's the double flick eyeliner, and I think one end is supposed to be thin and one end is supposed to be thick. So to me, the thin end would be to kind of create a flick, and the thick end would be to kind of fill it all in. Because you don't want a massively thick line over your lid. I can see this end is obviously supposed to be the thin end. It is rather thin as it suggests. I wonder what the control is like. So that is really black. I definitely felt like I had some good control with it. And this is the thick end. It's not massively thick actually. I have thicker eyeliners than this. So this is the e.l.f. eyeliner and this is the Makeup Revolution eyeliner. Those are supposed to be the thick end. Look at how big this bad boy is and look at the thick end on that. I'm going to like this eyeliner already, I can tell. So I'm going to swatch the thicker end. I feel like the thinner end was a bit more black. You had to kind of layer up the thicker end a touch more. I just feel like perhaps it was a little bit more dried out. And we'll see how this handles over glitter. It's going nicely over the glitter pigment actually. Oh, it's bleeding. So I definitely didn't touch my eye there, but as you can see around here, it's definitely bleeding into the shadow, which is the problem I think with eyeliners that are too wet. It's just going to bleed everywhere and ruin your makeup. But yeah, I like the liner, I do. I feel like I've got great control with it. It's not too soft, it's not going everywhere, but I definitely think use the thicker end to do on top of your eye and the thinner end for the wing. I'm devastated that that has bled into my eyeshadow, but apart from that, I'm really enjoying it. Now for mascara, I do not have a mascara from Makeup Revolution, so I'm just going to use my normal L'Oreal Miss Baby Roll mascara, and I will do that off camera. So for lips, I picked up a lipstick. I picked up the Iconic Pro lipstick in the shade Absolutely Flawless. So pretty. I think once you get that kind of top waxy layer off, it gets better, but it's not very creamy. You could easily kind of bleed outside the lines. The colour is beautiful, don't get me wrong, the colour's beautiful, and I will probably wear it again. However, I feel like I can see it on the little lip lines. It doesn't look smooth. I haven't got dry lips. I exfoliated my lips and moisturised them with a balm before I did the video, and I don't know. I feel like I can get the more definition and smoothness that I want with a liquid lip. And the final thing I got is a setting spray. I got the Pro Fix Illuminating Setting Spray. Now I expect this to make me glow, basically. I hope it's not some kind of glittery spray. I'm not up for that. Let's give it a shake and let's... Not hopefully a bad fire hose kind of thing going on. I don't know whether I like that one or not. The smell is not recommended. The smell is not nice, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm inhaling something a bit toxic. But it is making my makeup melt together. I'm really liking that aspect. Illuminating, I don't know. I don't feel like I look any more illuminated. I feel like it works nice as a setting spray. Illuminating, not so much. So far, things I would recommend upon first impression. The Fast Base Foundation. It's creamy, it's full coverage, you don't have to use much. Not for mature skin probably, but I think it looks nice on my skin so far. I think if you set the areas with lines with powder, you'll be absolutely fine. The concealer. I'm really enjoying the concealer. It's creamy, it's full coverage. I think we'll see how it wears throughout the day. Hope it doesn't break down too much on me. The eye pigment. The eye pigment I'm loving when it's not too heavy. I think £5, it's worth giving a go. You get a primer with it. Why not? Why not? It's a beautiful, beautiful colour. Okay, and I'm really liking the blush palette. We're already aware of how much I like the blush palette. The highlight is particularly beautiful, and the few shades that I have tried I like, except perhaps this one. I think it's a little bit too pigmented for me. The eyeliner. Go out and buy the eyeliner. I definitely think it's worth it. It's like £2.50, £3.50. It's totally worth it. It's beautiful. It's really easy to control. It goes across the glitter very well. I think it's nice that you've got both ends. They are both useful for different things. I think it's definitely worth a go for the price. And this palette, go out and buy it. Why not give it a go? You can use it for your eyebrows, you can use it for your eyes. The colours blend out beautifully. I enjoy it. Now the things that I'm a bit... You could try them. Don't get me wrong, it's affordable, but I'm not saying go out, buy them now, you must have them. The contour. I think it blends out nicely enough, but I think it's quite easy to get it all over your face, to be honest. The colour's not correct for someone with a pale skin tone. If you like your own contours, you may like this. To me, it's a bit more of a cream bronzer. This Broken Strobe Highlighter. I think if you like a little bit of a glow from within, you have to get the top layer off first. Otherwise, it's a bit chalky. The lipstick, the colour's fine. It's not very creamy. There's nothing really special about it. I think you could easily go for something like the L'Oreal Infallible Lip Paints for a couple of quid more. The pigment's a bit more intense there, and it doesn't look so kind of liney on your lips. The setting spray. I think the setting spray melts your makeup together. It's nice. It's not illuminating, to be honest. I think the spray is fine, but I feel like you're inhaling a cloud of toxic fumes. The powder. I think you can take or leave the powder. I don't think it's anything special. I think there are definitely better powders out there. It was only £2, so if you want to give it a go, give it a go. But I think you'd have to be quite pale to get away with this, as it does give a bit more of a white cast off. Now, the things I think you are wasting your money on if you buy. Now, I don't recommend you get the eyebrow pencil. I think the spoolie is scratchy, and I think that it's a bit cheaply made. The filler inside comes out if you tip it upside down. Personally, I thought it stained my skin where I used it. I didn't really like it. I just think there are better products out there. This Good as Gold palette. I'm not a fan of the purple. I think it's done a little bit patchy, to be honest. That is partially application, not gonna lie, but I think there are better palettes out there. And that's it. I think we'll see how this makeup looks wears throughout the day, so keep watching. Hey guys, so this is a check-in about 6 hours after I applied everything. Now, personally, I think I've definitely changed my mind about a few products. I feel like the contour's gone. I feel like the blush is still there a little bit, but I can't see the highlight really. The eye makeup still looks good. The foundation is not transfer proof. I think the powder has ruined it a little bit as well. I think the powder has dried it out completely. I don't feel like I'm getting a true picture of what the foundation or concealer look like. So I think I'm going to have to give those another go and update you in further videos. But apart from that, I would say I'd still go with the blush. I would still go with the eye pigment. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel and press the like button if you enjoyed this video, so I know what kind of videos you guys like. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload.